Hello readers and writers, welcome back to my channel. So today I was going to do a December 2023 in review and go over a bunch of stuff, but I realized that because I wasn't really paying attention to any of that, I wasn't keeping track of what I was doing, there just really wasn't any point to that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over everything that I wanted to accomplish in 2023 and see if I actually did it. So, without any further ado, let's get into this. So the first thing I said I wanted to do was move to Edmonton. Did I do that? I did. I actually moved to Edmonton really early in February. So I've actually been in Edmonton for almost a year now, and that is fantastic. It's been a great time. I've been working the whole time. I have been doing so much. I've actually been getting out way more than I was when I was living in my past city. This is great. Edmonton has been fantastic for me. Moving on. The next thing I wanted to do was finish my HR school. And I did that. I actually got some fantastic grades from school. So yeah, school was good. I finished all that up. The next thing I wanted to do was find an HR job. And I'm going to give that one a bit of an iffy situation. Primarily because, while I couldn't find an HR job in a legitimate company, I did start my own HR business. It is very much in its infancy right now, and I have 2 clients. But hey, 2 clients is better than no clients, so I'll take it. The next thing I said I wanted to do was have the first draft finished for 3 books. That so did not get done. I did write 1 novel, but it took some getting used to. When it came to moving to Edmonton, I had to kind of get into a bit more of a flow of things, especially because I'm living with somebody completely different than what I was before. So I had to get a handle of her schedule and what she does and how she handles things. And I had to get myself situated. I had to finish my schooling, and I had to do a bunch of other things. 3 books was just not going to happen. I had so much on my plate, it just wasn't something that I could have possibly done. No matter how much I wanted to, it just wasn't going to happen. The next thing I wanted to do was write 15 short stories, and that as well did not happen. I did write 6. 6 is good, but that's not even half of 15. So, yeah. Again, I just had so much on my plate this year. There was so much that I really just wasn't sure where I wanted to go with things, and I will actually get into explaining some things in more detail a little later in this video. But for right now, yeah, I only did 6 short stories, which honestly, not the worst thing, but not bad. So next up was start a podcast where I would read my short stories. Again, did not happen. Mostly because, again, I was just busy. I had so much going on. I put so much on my plate. I actually even forgot that I wanted to do a podcast. Apparently this was so far from being a priority that I forgot about it. And now we get to the thing that really caused me to not write near as much as I probably could have last year. I wanted to write and edit a book that I'm presently calling Project Small Town to editors. And this is what really hit me in the end. It's because as soon as I started taking it in a traditional publishing sense, as soon as my mind went into a traditional publishing mind frame and going, okay, I need to do this and this and this and this, and then I can send it to editors, and then the editors can go over it and see if they want to do what they need to do with it, and then this will happen, and then this will happen, and then this will happen. It sucked all of the fun out of it. And I'm not writing because I think I'm going to get a career out of this. Would I love a career out of it? Yes, very much so. Am I expecting a career out of it? No. Right now, I am writing because I love to write. I am writing because I can't imagine not writing. But as soon as I decided that I was going to traditionally publish and make this a whole business thing, I didn't want to do it anymore. I still had the ideas consistently going on in my head. I was still having all these thoughts and ideas and storylines and characters, but I had no desire to put them down. Because in the back of my head, I continually had to ask myself, is this marketable? Is an agent actually going to want this book? Is a publisher going to actually want this book? Is anybody going to want to read this book? And with those thoughts in my head, it just really sucked all the fun out of it. It took all enjoyability, so writing 3 novels couldn't have happened. Even if I had time to do 3 novels and 15 short stories, it just wouldn't have happened. The next thing I wanted to do was to lose weight, and that really did not happen. So, about 3 months into the year, I decided, you know what? I lost 50 pounds in 2022. I'm going to try and maintain it in 2023. And I did for about 6 months, 7 months. And then August to December, I started to steadily go up and up and up. So I may have lost 50 pounds in 2022, but I gained 20 in 2023. I'm going to be working on it again to try and lose all that, to try and shed all that off. But whatever. Things are what they are. YouTube. I wanted to post weekly on YouTube, and I did for the first 2 months and a bit, and then I again got busy with school. And then by the time I wasn't busy with school anymore, I just had no interest because I was kind of feeling really down on myself. Because, again, I was not having fun with writing. And if the whole point of the YouTube channel was for writing, and if I'm not having fun with it, if I'm not enjoying it, if I'm not having any motivation to write, then how am I going to have any motivation to do a YouTube channel? It just didn't happen. And then the last thing was really stupid and whatever. It was to finish my Pokemon Crystal Nuzlocke. And I might have been able to finish it, but my computer crashed and actually went full blue screen on me, so I had to get a whole different computer, and all that went out the window, and I just really wasn't willing to restart a whole thing, and plus this computer is stupid old, and I wouldn't trust this thing to run Pokemon Red, much less Crystal. So, in some ways, 2023 has been a really good year for me. I got to move to a city where I'm feeling compelled to go out more often. I've been on dates. I have been more honest with myself and who I am and who I want to be. I am living with someone who has been just the best roommate ever. Her and I just click so well. I have a bit more direction in life in terms of my career, especially in terms of HR. Like, I have a direction. I have a few things that I need to deal with because past Quinn was kind of dumb, but it's things that I am working on. I've rediscovered my love of writing. When I wrote Project Carnival, not the actual title, it's what I'm calling it for right now, but when I was writing Project Carnival, I've rediscovered just my love of putting words down on a page and creating characters and creating situations. When I started writing again and having all these feelings return when it came to creativity, I really wanted to come back to YouTube because I love sharing this sort of thing with people. And, well, 2023 creatively was not a great year for me. It was great in, I think, ways that it needed to be. I'm not going to say 2024 is going to be my year. I'm not going to say 2024 is going to be a fantastic year. But I think 2024 is going to be a year where I see my creativity go up. I feel like 2024 is going to be a year where I really start getting things on track. And that's going to be great. And with that said, that's all I got for you guys. So, be sure to like, share, comment, subscribe, all that fun YouTube-y stuff. And as per usual, keep reading and keep writing.